Hello! Today I'm finally going to review this set of Derwent Chromaflow pencils that I got just recently, and I've been dying to open them, but I had that other set of Black Widow Dragon pencils get released a bit earlier, and so I swapped over my reviews, so I did the other ones first. But I'm doing these today for sure. So let's get into it and see what these are like. So it's a 24 set. It's 2 layers, which is very unusual for Derwent. Normally Derwent 24 sets come in a flat layer like that. I'll show you an example. Normally they come in a single layer set, double width. But for whatever reason they put them like this. Now one viewer said it's because they are going in direct competition with Prismacolor Premier pencils, which also are shaped in boxes like this, but I don't know. I'll say sure, and that's a good enough reason. So what are these pencils? I have not actually read much about these at all. I haven't really seen any reviews on them. They have not been available in Australia since they were released either earlier this year or late last year, but if you're in Australia and you're looking for these, the art shop just got these in recently, so I'll link them down on the description below so you can check them out and maybe get a set for yourself if you want to try them. But let's get this open. They're still wrapped in plastic, so I better get that open. So they've got the usual Derwent wave on the end of them. It says Derwent Chromaflow, the colour name of the pencil and the number of it. So this set only has 24. This is the maximum amount of colours in this. There is also a 12 set as well, but I figured I might as well get all 24 so we can look at them. There are 2 trays, and this is pretty much the entire colour palette. So it's not very big, and I'm really curious to see what they're going to be like. I will read some information from Amazon for you because they do have a bit of a description of what these pencils are supposed to be. They are vibrant, blendable colour. A bold palette includes a wide spectrum of rich, highly pigmented colours. Unmatched consistency. Chromaflow coloured pencils deliver a smooth colour laydown, making blending, layering and shading easier. They're sturdy and strong. Inferior pencils can break, damaging artwork, but the premium core strength of Chromaflow colour pencils can handle pressure when sharpening and in use. So I think what they're saying here is that they do not break easily like Prismacolor pencils do, and I can attest to that because I have many broken Prismacolor pencils in my collection. Don't get me wrong, I really like the Prismacolor pencils, as they do lay down really well and they're beautiful colours, but they are just so frustrating when you try to sharpen them. I also read somewhere on another page, and I can't remember where it was, that the core is actually glued in to the wood so that the leads won't fall out. I will swatch all of these colours to see what they're like, and then I'll do some sort of drawing with them, I guess, to test them out and see how they go. I did a separate swatch sheet here because the big book of colour charts does not have the Chromaflow set in it, and the charts at the back are all just a bit too big to put it in, so one small sheet of paper is fine. And you can see that in this set it has got a really nice gradient of colours from the yellows into the reds and even into pinks, so it's a surprisingly versatile set even though there are only 24 colours. They went down so smoothly, look at them. I don't know if you can just see that lovely even layer of colour. I had no issues with any of them. They were all lovely and pigmented and such a pretty palette. That turquoise green is lovely. I always go for the turquoise. The greens in the set are pretty good as well. 2 of them are nice and earthy, and then the grass green is a bit brighter, so they work well together. There's a few browns there, and then going into a grey, a black and a white. So yeah, not bad overall as a colour palette. So here they all are swatched out. My first impressions are these are really nice. They go down so smoothly, really smoothly, like way more than a lot of other pencil sets I've tried lately. And looking at the colour names, these are definitely the same names as the Derwent Lightfast pencils, and so I would imagine they've used similar pigments. I'm just going to have a look and see if I can find some Lightfast information. But what I do know is that the Derwent Lightfast pencils are an oil-based core. I'm pretty sure that the Derwent Chromaflow pencils are a waxed-based core, so there is a bit of a difference I think in the formula, but boy, the colours are beautiful. Okay, well I looked around but I'm not finding any information on light fastness. There doesn't seem to be a chart anywhere. Please let me know in the comments if there is any light fastness information somewhere out there. Just don't link any names or websites in the comments itself, because YouTube will automatically delete it. It's been doing that a lot lately, and I've lost quite a few comments, not because I have deleted them, but because YouTube has deleted them before I can even answer. So I do apologize if you've written a comment and I haven't replied to you. That is probably the reason why, is that I cannot, because when I click on the comment, it just completely disappears. Oh, so frustrating. It's the algorithm at work there. But anyway, coming back to these, my theory on these is that they're a budget-friendly equivalent of the Derwent Lightfast pencils. This is a much smaller set. I don't think they have any plans to extend it at the moment, but they might do in the future. And as I said before, it's like a tiny selection of the Lightfast colours. Enough rambling, Becky, let's get a drawing done. I looked around for some inspiration and I found a photo of a bird of paradise flower, and it really does seem to fit the colour palette of this set, so that's what I'm going with today. I'm using a drawing paper by the company Lana, and I'll link it in the description below if I can find it. It's a bit toothier than some of the other papers I've been using lately, but it's one of my more preferred drawing papers because it does have a bit of a rougher surface and you can get quite a lot more layering going on. I wanted to see how much these pencils could layer, so I started out fairly lightly and added in a couple of different colours on there using the 3 greens that are in the set, and they had no problem layering on top of each other. They're very smooth, and it's hard to see at the moment because the paper's sort of showing through, but as soon as I added some odourless mineral spirits to them, they blended together amazingly well. Some of the best blending I've seen in any coloured pencil, in fact, and really only the Derwent Lightfast and maybe the Caran d'Ache Luminance have been as successful for blending. So yeah, excellent quality there. I've got no complaints with that. I did have one issue though, and that was when I used my electric pencil sharpener for these. It works okay for other coloured pencils, but it did not work well for these ones. While I think they are correct in that the core is glued in, it actually snapped across the base of the point where it was touching the wood. So electric sharpeners are not recommended for these pencils. I would use handheld ones. I hate sharpening pencils so much. I always manage to break them no matter what I do. It's just one of those things that is the bane of my life. But going back to the drawing, I really liked the colour palette that they've selected. So it's a small amount of colours, but they all work very well together, and you can get quite a range just from this limited palette. The black and the white pencils are also fantastic. I used the white over the top for layering and to get a bit of highlight in there. It's a really good one. I need to put this up against some of the other white pencils from different brands to see how well it goes for opacity. But just off the top of my head, it feels like it's about the same level as the Prismacolor white, which is known for being a very good one. So excellent in that respect as well. I did keep this drawing fairly simple and I left the background white. It's a fairly minimalistic drawing, but I really love how this one turned out. finished. Here's the final drawing. So this set of pencils, it's kind of odd, but I really like it, and I wish they had a much larger set. They're really smooth, they layer incredibly well, and they're very vibrant colours, so they're a lovely set of pencils. The colours that they've put into the set are actually really good together, and it's a nice palette, so even though there's only 24 colours, it is quite versatile and you can get quite a bit out of it. So I enjoyed the set very much. If you've seen it around and you are considering getting it, I think it's worth it. The pencils are lovely, it's only a small set, but it makes up for that in quality. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope this was helpful if you've been looking at the Derwent Chromaflow set. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and click that subscribe button for more videos, and I will see you all again really soon in my next video. Take care out there, and I'll swatch you later. Bye!